Hello guys, Lonevic here, and today we are going to be talking about Sniper Elite, the board game, and this is a short 10-15 minutes review of what I liked and what I didn't like, and my gaming group obviously about this game. After a few sessions in, maybe it will help you decide whether you want to pull the trigger on this game or not. Now, if you like the videos on my channel, if you like this video, you can show your support and help the channel grow by clicking the like button, hitting the subscribe, ringing the notification bell to be notified about new videos, do some activity in the comment section as well. And for now, let's not wait any longer. Let's talk about the good and the bad of Sniper Elite, the board game. Okay, so starting right off from the bat, I will tell you that I've played a few hidden movement games, because this is a hidden movement game. And Sniper Elite is the best one that I've had on my table and that me and my group have played. And I've played Spectre Ops, The Broken Covenant, which was pretty okay. I remember Dracula, the 3rd edition, the Jack the Ripper one from Sherlock Holmes, the Letters from Whitechapel it was called, I think, right? Not too many others, to be honest. I'm still waiting on Beast from Kickstarter and hoping that's going to be a good one too. But Sniper Elite is definitely at the top right now when it comes to hidden movement games. So it's very thematically well connected to what they want to do here compared to the computer game and compared to the world in which the game revolves in, to be honest. So this is a very good thing that's happening here, and I think that it was not easy to achieve this effect, because, well, one person is a sniper who is just, you know, kind of trying to sneak around the board invisible and assassinate their enemies and grab the objectives and go, and it's always about getting to a space and you know, and spending an action in order to reach an objective on this space, and then going to the next one. And if the sniper gets 2 objectives done like this, they win the game. So killing anybody on the board is not an objective. You can just like kind of non-lethal sneak around. If it's possible, you can do it. And the other players, all of the other players, whether it's 1, 2 or 3 players, or maybe you're playing solo, are trying to uncover where the sniper is, uncover his location and hit him 2 times in order to kill him, basically. So that's it. But thematically, it's very well connected. It's very immersive, from the maps to the gear that both the sniper and the German soldiers have, and you know, those smaller maps which the sniper uses with a marker to track their own movement in a hidden way, and so forth and so on. Brilliant, really. Now, together with this thematic component, I have to tell you that this is a hidden movement game in which the tension that was around the table while we were playing was going through the roof. Really, especially for the sniper. The player who was the sniper, we usually saw them sweating and just like, you know, shaking where we were going to find them, because we were so close and they were trying to navigate between us without being discovered and so forth. So it was very exciting to play this game. So this is also a very big plus, that this game is created in such a way, it's so well connected with the theme that it can create really strong emotions when you are playing. And you don't even have to know the computer game to enjoy this game. That's also a very important thing, that it's not it's only connected with like kind of the main story, like the main character, the sniper versus the Germans, but that's basically it. You don't need to know anything from the story of the computer games to enjoy this thoroughly. And also, knowledge of the computer games doesn't really help as well. So it's its own game from beginning to end, right, in this Sniper Elite world. So that's also 2 kudoses, one for the excitement level and one for it being totally separated from the computer games, which is a great thing for me, because I haven't played any of those on the computer and I still am very much into this board game. On the side of the players who want to capture the sniper, it's also very important to mention that the choice of the correct officers for each map, because there are 4 maps if you have the add-on and 2 if you don't, if you only have the core box, matters. So you have, I think, 9 officers to choose from. Each officer has a different skill that they can use on the map, and some officers are better suited for these maps, some for others, and the way that you utilize them also matters because you have to be clever about it. But the choice of the the setup of your team as the Germans is also very, very important, and it's very cool that you just don't get some soldiers to move around and okay, so we'll move here and there and something like that. But even before the game, you have to do this initial decision that okay, so I think that for this map, the Houndmaster, the guy with the dogs, would be good, and we need to take a sniper of our own, and it would be good to have a medic because he'll probably be killing a lot of us because there are a lot of opportunities to shoot people on this map. So yeah, there's a lot of planning involved even before you start the game, and this is extremely satisfying to see that you've chosen good officers that are really making the sniper's life difficult. Now, talking about the sniper himself, then the sniper mechanics have also a few very cool positives that I like. The fact that the shooting isn't done by rolling a die, but rather by throwing in tokens into a bag and drawing as many as you need to for the range that you have. If you're in a range of 4 spaces from a target, you need to draw minimum 4 tokens, but you can draw more to confuse your enemies, and you have to have a number of hits to be able to hit the target. You can't make too much noise with those tokens and so forth and so on. So it's a very clever mechanic, which can also give some information to your enemy, so to the Germans, on what your possible position might be. And this is also very, very cool, that if you do something with the sniper, some of those things you are doing in complete secrecy, like moving, you don't have to tell anybody when you are moving and so forth and so on. Some of those things you have to betray, like when you shoot somebody, and those information can be very important for the other team. So you have to, listen very carefully, and you have to observe, and you have to figure out. So it's always kind of a give or take. So do I want to sneak or do I want to shoot and maybe risk betraying my position? Yeah, so every decision that you make as a sniper is also very, very important, or can be very important. And this also comes to the setup of your gear, because in the beginning you choose the gear that you want for the map, and during the game you can reach caches of gear and you can draw new gear cards that you use, and this gear can be very helpful, sometimes very crucial. In some games, without the gear that we had selected, we as the sniper wouldn't be able to, to do what we did on the board. So this is also really, really cool that there are so many options. But using the gear can also betray some information to the other side, to your enemies, because if they know that you are using gear, and they can kind of try to predict what kind of gear you could have for this map, and then they can know more or less where or what you were doing in this turn. It's really, really, really very much kind of interconnected, all of those things. Now, 2 last things that I will mention when it comes to the positives are that the solo mode is here. You can play against an automated opponent, and the solo rules were designed with the help of David Turchi, who is one of my favorite solo mode designers, to be honest. And the solo mode is really cool. And both the multiplayer mode and the solo mode have options of raising the difficulty, increasing the difficulty, if you find the game too simple or if you're too good at playing together in a group. So that's also very important. And the last thing is that if you have the add-on, this one, Eagle's Nest, you have 4 snipers who have asymmetrical abilities. So then, because in the original game you have only 1 sniper and he just has the basic stuff to go around with, but in Eagle's Nest, in the add-on, you get 4 snipers, and each of them has a 1 unique ability that you can choose the sniper that will fit your playstyle the best, or fit the map in a better way. So it also changes up the game quite a lot, or can be also a pretty interesting twist to everything. But that's enough of the positives, because I have a lot of positive things to say about this game. Now let's add some negativity to this review. Just a few things that I would like to mention here. The first one is that if you don't get the Eagle Nest expansion, the game only has 2 maps, and only has one sniper, which is in itself pretty limiting because the maps are on the simpler side in comparison to the ones that you get in the Eagle's Nest, which are more complex. And this one sniper doesn't give you any kind of variety, right? The only variety that you get with your sniper in the core box is what kind of gear you will choose for the map that you are playing. But if you get the Eagle's Nest, you get 2 more complex maps additionally, and you also get 4 snipers that have unique skills and unique bag setups for shooting in the beginning of the game. So this changes quite a lot, and I don't think that it's really cool that those components came in a separate add-on that you have to look for or that you had to buy additionally and not in the core box. The core box, in my opinion, should have at least a choice of 2 or 3 snipers and 4 maps instead of 2, and then you can have an add-on with another 2 or 4 maps and another 5 or 6 snipers, I don't know. But a bigger variety in the core box should have been there, and it's not. So that's definitely a bit of a detraction, because in my opinion, if we didn't get the addition, the Eagle's Nest add-on, this game would not last for as long as it's lasting right now for us. Now, strike 2, I think, will be that the line of sight rules in this game can sometimes be a bit finicky. So they are pretty simple as they are described in the rulebook, and you can check them out in my how to play video when I explain all the rules for the game and so and such. It's already on my channel, but especially in the first learning games, the player who was the sniper usually committed 1 or 2 mistakes when it comes to the line of sight and trying to figure out whether he can shoot from here to there or not, and so forth and so on. I would think that for as important as this is, the line of sight in this game, it should have a few more examples in the rulebook, or it should be more clearly explained. There should be more detail into explaining the line of sight for this game, or maybe even a separate handout for the sniper player with line of sight instructions so that they can refer to them as they play. That would be a great add-on in my opinion. Okay, I've mentioned to you already the maps in the Eagle's Nest add-on, but together it's only 4 maps still. So I think that there could have been a few more maps for variety's sake, at least. So that's a tiny strike, but still we yearn for more maps for this game, because we'll be playing it a lot, and I think that those 4 maps will get recycled quite often. A few more would be great. I don't know if, as a negative, I should mention that this game relies on trust, because that's all hidden movement games, basically status quo between the players. But, well, if you have a tight group, then I think that you're safe here on this side. What I will mention is, with the solo play, and you'll be able to find a solo play of this game with me on my channel here soon-ish, or maybe it's already there, depending on the date that you're watching this video. The solo can get too simple after a few playthroughs. After a few playthroughs you have it figured out, and even with upping the difficulty level as the rulebook suggests, it can still be pretty simple to win the game when you're playing solo. So still some house ruling to make it a bit more difficult is welcome, and there are some suggestions on the Board Game Geek forums for that. People are discussing how to make it a bit more difficult and a bit more challenging in the solo scenarios, and I recommend to take a look at it if you're a solo player and you've had already a few plays, and if you feel that this is too easy for you, because yeah, that can be a bit of a pain, but it's a pretty slight one. It only concerns the solo mode. So yeah, so there's that. And one last thing on the dark side of things is that the equipment cards for the sniper are pretty limited in type, basically. So sooner or later, the players who are playing the game and who are not the sniper currently will be able to remember what kind of equipment is there in the deck. So what possibilities does the sniper have, and what kind of equipment could he have used? So there is this, I don't know if this is bad, to be honest, too much. It depends on the point of view, because it can allow you to kind of try to predict the movements, to be a bit more aware of what's going on and to track the sniper a bit more easily. But it can also be a bit immersion breaking, because you're like, oh, okay, so the sniper can have a mine, a climbing rope, a knife, what else could they have? And you're like kind of, you know, just going through the list, the checklist of equipment, and kind of trying to deduce stuff, which in my head kind of is like a bit of a cheating. So there's this little tiny little annoyance on my end. So to sum up, if you're looking for a great hidden movement game, Sniper Elite is definitely going to rock your boat. It's definitely going to stay on my shelf for solo play and multiplayer plays as well. It's got a lot of theme in it. It's very good when it comes to, you know, recreating the mood of being a sniper during the Second World War and sneaking around to fulfill your objectives. It's very tight, it's very exciting, and it has a lot to go for it, even in the solo mode, albeit it can be a bit too easy. The biggest negative that I will underscore here is that if you're serious about this game, grab the Eagle's Nest add-on as well if you have the chance, because without it, this game is like kind of 3/4 full. Those 2 additional maps and those snipers, those additional 4 snipers with their unique skills really complement the game well. And if you plan on playing this often, then the Eagle's Nest add-on is a must. And in my opinion, those things could have been in the core box easily for a fuller experience. Okay, so that's it from me. My name was Lone Vic. This was Sniper Elite, the board game, a hidden movement game based on the computer game franchise. And I hope this review helped you decide maybe your opinion about the game, or you know, get more informed about Sniper Elite. If you liked the video, once more, like, subscribe, ring the notification bell to be notified about new videos and support what I'm doing here on the channel. Thank you for that from the bottom of my heart. You can check out the how to play video for Sniper Elite on my channel, as well as a lot more how to play videos, reviews, solo playthroughs of other games from my collection that are constantly being added to the channel. For now, thank you very much for watching, staying with me here for those 15 minutes or so. My name was Lone Vic, this was Sniper Elite. Have a great day, see you soon, bye bye!